What's going on, guys? It's Sam from Catfish Camp. Today I'm going to be showing you how to skin, fillet, and cook a channel catfish. Okay, let's get right into it. You're going to need a cutting board and a good fillet knife. And also a channel catfish. So this has already been bled out. I have clipped the gills and soaked it in cold water and let all the blood get out of this. So that's going to make the fish meat nice, white, and flaky. 22.5 inches long. 3 pound 9 ounce, 22.5 inches long. So the first step, the way I always do this, of course, there's going to be multiple ways to skin a cat, as the saying goes. But the way I always go about it is I find the spine up here up top. You can feel it with the tips of your fingers. You want to go on each side of the spine. I make an incision along the spine up to the back of the head. And I do that on both sides. After I make that incision, I go ahead and make another cut following down and around the outside of the pectoral fin bones here. Once you get down to where the pectoral fin's about at, some people don't like to save the belly meat. I personally do. I like to get every bit of meat I can off of these fish and put all the meat to good use. So you want to come up to their chin. You'll see their gill plates right here will come up to a V. You'll come up to the bottom of that chin notch there. Being careful not to cut yourself. And not to cut into the guts itself. Just the pocket. Then, once I get that cut up to the bottom of the chin area, I'm going to come back down. I'm going to come back down and around, back up to the other side of the head where I made the incision here. Then you just want to connect those two cuts together. Next, I put my knife tip down along the spine. You can hear it and feel it. And you'll want to follow the spine all the way down to get to about the anal fin. Okay, once you got the meat cut open to about the back anal fin here, you can take your knife and pierce it all the way through till it pokes out the bottom of the belly. Just like that. You'll see the knife tip right over here. And then you'll put even pressure down on the knife blade and then just glide it and wiggle it all the way to the end of the tail. Boom. Okay, so now that we got that fillet freed up, we want to come back up where the fillet is still connected and to start working that fillet off the spine and off the rib cage. You can hear and feel those rib bones. Just keep on working the meat off of it. Now once you have most of your fillet freed up, you're still going to have a little bit connected down here where it goes to the belly meat. You'll flip it over. Right here is where you poked out. And you'll just want to cut around this little fin bone here. You'll feel it in there. And then once you cut around that bottom fin bone, you just can go ahead and cut through the rest of that belly meat. Now this is going to be the belly meat right here. It's going to have some silver skin that we will remove here in just a bit. We can flip that back over and just continue to work that meat off that bone. Once you get the main fillet almost all the way off the rib cage, you can pull up the belly fat and the fillet in your hand and just kind of work that knife. And just work the knife along the belly fat and disconnect it from the rest of the body. Alright. Just like that. One good long white meat fillet. Now this is the belly meat right here. We're going to go ahead and trim up all that silver skin off of that. You don't want to eat that. It's really chewy and the texture and flavor is not that great on it. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and fillet the other side. I'll be right back with you. Okay, we got both sides filleted, and you can always save your carcass for leftover cut bait. You can cut this into smaller chunks and catch more catfish using Catfish. I've done it before. I'm going to go ahead and get the fillets over here and show you how to skin them. Okay, now that we got a nice boneless white meat fillet, let's go ahead, get the skin off the back and the silver skin off the underside. First thing I like to do is I like to disconnect the belly meat from the actual fillet. So I just make a cut along there. Alright, that's the belly meat. We'll take care of this in a second. Now that we got this nice, beautiful fillet, we're going to go ahead and get the skin off the back. So to do that, I start down at the skinnier end of the fillet. Either side works. I make a small slit through the meat, but not through the skin on the underside. What this does right here is it gives you a little something to hold on to with the tip of your finger. Once you got a cut down to the skin, but not through the skin, you'll then want to just fillet the meat right off the skin. Sometimes you'll end up accidentally cutting off just a section of the skin instead of the whole piece, but that's okay. You just can go at it again. See how we have half of it skinned? That's no big deal. We just can come down to the other half and try again. Alrighty, we got more of the skin off. We did a pretty good job. There's only a couple pieces of skin left on. Small piece there, and a little bit bigger piece there. But that's not a big deal, because you can just take your fillet knife and go ahead and take the rest of the skin off. Just like that. Those will be chewy. You don't want those in your meat. Just like that. We got those little silver skin patches out. Okay guys, that's a pretty nice white, flaky, boneless fillet right there. I'm going to go ahead and cut this down into nugget-sized chunks and start putting it in the hot sauce. You can fry them up as whole fillets or do nuggets. I like nuggets because they're easy just to grab a bite and throw them in your mouth. About that size or so will do. I'm going to go ahead and throw these in a bowl with hot sauce. I got some Louisiana, so that's what I'm going to use. Okay, next is the belly meat. This is the outside skin. We're going to take it off just like we did the fillet. But on the inside of the belly meat, we got more silver skin. It's a little bit thinner than the outside skin is. It can be a little bit trickier to get off, but it's the same method with the fillet knife. Boom. Got the outside skin off. Easy as that. Alright, let's go to the silver skin. Just like that. Look at that belly meat. That's an extra bite or two right there that a lot of people don't even save because of the silver skin, but it's easy to cut it off. You can use this as bait or discard it. So all the skin has been taken off the meat. Now we have it soaking in some Louisiana hot sauce. You can use regular egg wash if you like, but I like using hot sauce for a few reasons. One, the flavor, and two, it's non-perishable. You can take hot sauce with you on a camping trip, on a fishing trip. You ain't gonna worry about it getting too hot or spoiling. Okay, let's go ahead and get our breading. You can use flour, cornmeal, or any brand of fish fry you like. Personally, I like the Zatarans. So that's what I'm going to use. So if you have one of these type of containers, you can go ahead and use it. If not, a simple Ziploc bag or a Tupperware bowl, or really any container will work. Take some of your breading and dump it in there. If you need all of it, just go ahead and dump it all in there. I like to do a little bit at a time to see how much more I need. So first I'm going to lay some of the fish on this little rack, and I'm going to take some of the bread, sprinkle over it, put the lid on, and give it a good shake. While you're doing this, you can go ahead and get oil, bacon grease, or regular grease hot on a pan. Okay, we got some fish in there. Now we're going to take some of this, sprinkle it on top. Now, we're going to put the lid on, and give it a good shake. Left, right, up and down, all around. Make sure all those fish fillets is getting coated. I'm going to go ahead and add some more. Once the meat is nice and coated and the oil is up to temperature, we can go ahead and start cooking. An easy way to tell when your oil is hot enough is just get a little pinch of breading, sprinkle it in the oil. If it sizzles up pretty quickly and violently, you know it's about ready. It's almost ready. I'm going to let it get a little bit hotter. It's definitely ready to cook. Now you don't want to put too many in at a time, because the more fish you put in, the lower the temperature will drop. The good thing is we're using cast iron, and cast iron likes to retain temperatures really well. You want to cook it for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side, or until golden brown. Okay, half of the fish is done. Still cook another half. Let's go ahead and do a taste test. Okay, it's all done. Nice and golden brown and crisp. Let's give it a try. That's delicious, guys. Just as I remembered it. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get in here, finish up cooking the rest of this fish, and eat it up. If you guys enjoy these cooking style videos, please let me know in the comments below. But until next time, please consider liking, sharing with friends and family, and subscribing if you haven't already. Sam out.